Hi, I'm Sir Dash Masong. Welcome to my Licensure Exam for Teachers Review, General Education Part 10. Let's start! Gen Ed 46, Science, Earth Science, Rock Cycle. What type of rock is formed when existing rocks are changed by heat and pressure deep within the Earth? A. Igneous rock. B. Sedimentary rock. C. Metamorphic rock. Or D. Volcanic rock. Again, what type of rock is formed when existing rocks are changed by heat and pressure deep within the Earth? A. Igneous rock. B. Sedimentary rock. C. Metamorphic rock. Or D. Volcanic rock. Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter C, metamorphic rock. I-recall natin tong mga rocks natin. I hope naalala nyo pa kahit papano. Yung metamorphic rocks, they are formed when existing rocks, kagaya ng igneous, sedimentary, or even other metamorphic rocks, are subjected to intense heat and pressure deep within the earth, causing them to change in texture, mineral composition, or both. Ano yung common examples nito? Example nito yung marble, formed from limestone naman, and slate, formed from shale. Alright, bakit mali yung ABD? Kasi yung igneous rocks, they are formed from the cooling of magma or lava, not from heat and pressure acting on existing rocks. Yung sedimentary rocks naman are formed from the compaction of sediments, not from heat and pressure changing existing rocks. At yung volcanic rock naman, actually ito ay type lang ng igneous rock formed from lava cooling on the surface. So the correct answer is letter C. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless. Gen Ed 47. Mathematics. Decimals subtraction. What is the difference between 3.50 and 1.75? A. 1.25. B. 1.75. C. 2.25. Or D. 2.75. Again, what is the difference between 3.50 and 1.75? A. 1.25. B. 1.75. C. 2.25. Or D. 2.75. Pause this video and try to solve it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter B, 1.75. Again, when solving math, if you know the advanced method, ayun na yung gamitin nyo para makatipid kayo ng time. Para sa mga hindi ganun ka-gifted sa math, so let me show you the step-by-step solution. Alright, so first, of course, we align the decimal points and subtract. So ilagay natin siya into column. So that's 3.50 minus 1.75. Then, we subtract the numbers column by column from right to left. So paano nga ba yun? So 0 minus 5, so cannot be, ano? So magbaborrow tayo ng 1 from the tens place, yung 5. Ibig sabihin, yung 0 magiging 10 na, si 5 magiging 4 na. So 10 minus 5 now is 5. Next, so isa, 4 na yung tens place natin, ha? So yung tens place na 4, ma-minus mo ng 7, cannot be ulit. So magbaborrow ka ulit sa 3. So si 3 magiging 2 na, si 4 magiging 14. So you will have 14 minus 7 is 7. Finally, you will subtract 2 minus 1. So the answer is 1. So right now, the final difference. So that is 1.75. Alright, try to practice para ma-enhance yung inyong subtraction ng decimals. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless. Gen Ed 48, Filipino, Panitikan. Ang akdang pampanitikan na gumagamit ng mga hayop bilang tauhan upang magbigay ng aral o moral ay tinatawag na A. Pabula, B. Alamat, C. Kwentong bayan, or D. Epiko. Again, ang akdang pampanitikan na gumagamit ng mga hayop bilang tauhan upang magbigay ng aral o moral ay tinatawag na A. Pabula, B. Alamat, C. Kwentong bayan, or D. Epiko. Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter A. Pabula. Baka nalito yung iba. Alalahanin natin ano nga ba yung mga panitikan natin. Alright, yung pabula, isang uri yun ng akdang pampanitikan na gumagamit ng mga hayop bilang mga tauhan na kumikilos at nagsasalita tulad ng mga tao. upang magbigay ng aral o moral sa mga mambabasa. Yung mga pabula ay karaniwang maikli lang at nagtatapos sa isang natatanging aral na nakapaloob sa isang kasabihan. Alright, bakit mali yung BCD? Kasi yung alamat ay kwento ng pinagmulan ng isang bagay, lugar o pangyayari, hindi ng mga hayop na nagbibigay ng aral. Yung kwentong bayan naman ay isang pangkalahatang kategorya ng mga kwentong nagpasalin-salin sa bibig ng mga tao. Yung epiko naman, kaya mali kasi ang epiko ay isang mahabang salaysay tungkol sa kabayanihan ng isang pangunahing tauhan. Alright, that's it. See you sa next session. God bless! Gen Ed 49, Social Science, Local Government Units. What is the smallest local government unit or LGU in the Philippines? A. Barangay, B. Municipality, C. City, or D. Province? Again, what is the smallest local government unit or LGU in the Philippines? A. Barangay, B. Municipality, C. City, or D. Province? Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is barangay, letter A. I hope naalala nyo pa tong LGU natin. Yung barangay ay yung smallest LGU sa Philippines. It is the basic political unit that serves as the primary planning and implementing unit ng government policies, plans, and programs at the community level. Recall natin yung hierarchy ng LGUs from smallest to largest, so barangay, then municipality or city, then province. Yung municipalities and cities are composed of several barangays. Yung provinces naman are composed of several municipalities and or cities. So the correct answer is letter A, barangay. Don't forget that. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless! Gen Ed 50, English, Grammar, Active and Passive Voice. The cake was baked by Maria. What is the voice of this sentence? A. Active voice, B. Passive voice, C. Imperative voice, or D. Subjunctive voice. Again, the cake was baked by Maria. What is the voice of this sentence? A. Active voice, B. Passive voice, C. Imperative voice, or D. Subjunctive voice. Pause this video and try to answer it on your own. Go! Alright, the correct answer is letter B, passive voice. I hope naalala nyo pa yung active and passive voice. Let's recall. Yung passive voice, it occurs when the subject of the sentence is the receiver ng action. Hindi siya yung doer. Let's analyze yung sentence. Yung subject dito ay yung cake. Yung receiving action yung was baked. At yung doer si Maria. So yung pagkaka-arrange, the subject is receiving the action and the doer is introduced by the preposition by. So, clearly, it's a passive voice. Sa active voice naman, the subject performs the action. Example, Maria baked the cake. So, ayun yung active voice. So, imperative voice, it's used naman for commands or requests. Yung subjunctive voice is used to express wishes, hypotheticals, or conditions, contrary to fact. Okay, bakit mali yung A, C, D? As mentioned kanina, yung active voice kasi, the subject performs the action. Dito, the subject receives the action. Letter C, yung imperative voice used to for commands. Example, bake the cake. So, kapag ano yung sentence, imperative yun. Yung subjunctive naman, ito nga yung ginagamit for wishes or hypotheticals. Example, if I were Maria, ... So, parang ganun. So, the correct answer is letter B. That's it. See you sa next session. God bless! #sana makatulong. If you want a free digital copy of this reviewer, pinamimigay ko po ng libre. How? Just comment on this video, free reviewer, and I will send you the link. And for more reviewers, please feel free to visit my social media account, Sir Dash Academy. Available sa YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. I suggest pumunta ka sa YouTube. Gumawa ako ng playlist doon. Hanapin mo na lang, kinumpile ko lahat ng reviewers for the licensure exam, especially this year. Gumawa rin ako ng playlist per domain. For example, you need further reviews of Prof Ed, Gen Ed, or specialization, hanapin mo lang doon. Yung specialization ay hindi yung ginamit ko for the college entrance test kasi yung learning competencies, yung lessons, parehas lang naman. I hope makatulong. See you sa next session. God bless!